Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, listen, man, first off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And like I always say, man, if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. Now, this past weekend, man, 4th Division champ Mikey Garcia made his return to the ring against 2 Division champ Jesse Vargas, man. I've been waiting to see Mikey back in the ring. He ain't been in the ring in over a year. It was a little rust, you know what I'm saying? But the fight went pretty much as I predicted. I just thought that Mikey would stop Jesse late. And if Mikey would have had more stamina and wasn't so rusty, I believe that he could have stopped Jesse Vargas, man. You know, Jesse Vargas is a big boy. And it was evident in the fight, man, that Mikey, you know, during those championship rounds, Mikey didn't have the energy to really close the show like he should have. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Mikey Garcia, you know, late in fights and, you know, his energy be on a million. But that wasn't the case the other night, man. You can see that Jesse's punches was definitely having an effect on Mikey. I can't remember Mikey's face being that battered up in a long time, man. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas, you know, I knew he was gonna hold his own. I knew Jesse's a front runner, you know what I'm saying? He comes out, starts fast, but as the fight goes on, Jesse starts to fade. And, you know, that's exactly what happened during Saturday night's event. You know, Mikey hurt him. What was that, the 5th round? Dropped him. I really thought he was gonna finish him, man. But credit to Jesse, man. Jesse, you know, he bit down and he kept on fighting. You know what I'm saying? Jesse got a lot of heart, you know, because he was hurt quite a few times in that fight. Now, the question is, did this performance convince the boxing fans that Mikey Garcia can compete with the top at 147? I'm gonna say no. Mikey won the fight, but it wasn't a dominating victory. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia at 135, you know what I mean, 140. Mikey Garcia is dominant. You know what I'm saying? He's clearly leagues above his competition. But, you know, at 147 against Jesse Vargas, you know what I'm saying, he had to work for that victory, you know. And I'm not saying Jesse's a tune-up or a bum by no means, but Jesse is not an elite welterweight. He is not, you know what I mean? And Mikey had to work for that victory, you know. And he's calling out names like Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. As much as I like Mikey Garcia, I don't think he beats none of them guys at the top. You know what I'm saying? I think those guys would be too big for him and too good. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas, you know, if Jesse was, you know, had a little bit more to give, you know, we may be talking about a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? But Jesse Vargas, you know, he's known to do that. You know, he starts off good, he controls the fight early, and then as the rounds goes on, you know, he slows down. You know, now credit to Mikey, man. He did his damn thing, man. He did what he was supposed to do. He won the fight convincingly. He beat Jesse up, the bigger man. Jesse's face was all, you know, busted up pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But that's Jesse Vargas. You know, I consider Jesse Vargas maybe a B-, C+ welterweight. A guy like Pacquiao, you know, even though people say he's a smaller welterweight, I believe Pacquiao, man, is just too fast for Mikey Garcia. You know what I'm saying? It would be an interesting fight. I wouldn't mind seeing it, but it's one of those fights that I don't have to see. You know what I mean? I think Pacquiao will be the obvious favorite in that fight. Eddie Hearn seems to know something. He act like he knows something, man, because, you know, it seems like he pretty much already know the fight's gonna happen. You know know what I'm saying? So I don't know who he talked to or what, but from listening to Eddie, we gonna see that fight in Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? I heard that Pacquiao got one more fight with PBC and Uncle L. You know what I mean? But we'll see, man. We will see. It was just good to see Mikey back in the ring, because a lot of people forget just how good Mikey Garcia is. Mikey Garcia is one of the best fighters in the world, man. You know what I mean? I've always gave Mikey his props, man. Mikey is one of the best fighters in the world, hands down. But I think 147 is, you know, maybe just a little too much for him. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a fight where Mikey was so exhausted at the end of that thing. You know what I mean? When that 12th bell rang, Mikey was exhausted. You know what I'm saying? And spots where I thought he could have finished Jesse, had he had more energy, more stamina, Jesse would have been out of here, man. You know what I mean? Jesse would have been out of there. Mikey's power obviously carried up to welterweight, which is a good thing, because you never seen Vargas that hurt. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas, he put him down. You know what I mean? He just dropped him. He dropped him, hurt him. You know what I mean? Jesse Vargas was hurt. He hurt him quite a few times, but he kept on fighting, kept swinging back hard. And you know, it was evident in the post-fight press conference that those punches was having an effect on Mikey. You know what I mean? Mikey talked about, you know, every time he would hurt him, Jesse would come back swinging real hard. And, you know, Mikey explained how he had to be cautious, you know. But, you know, hopefully Mikey goes down to 140. You know, there's a lot of good fights at 140 for Mikey. I mean, a lot of good fights. He can make his bones at 140. You know what I'm saying? You got Ramirez, you got Hooker, you got Prograis, you got Taylor. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's guys coming up from 135. You know what I mean? You know, Mikey can end his career at 140. There's no need to stay at welterweight. You know what I mean? Mikey's a guy, prideful guy, which I respect and I admire, man. He wants to prove that people like me, or, you know, who's saying that maybe he should move back down, he want to prove to us that, nah, I can do this right here at welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Mikey has made me a believer before. I'm not saying that he can't be successful at welterweight. I just would favor all the top guys over him right now, based off the performance with Jesse Vargas. Even though it was a dominant, decisive victory against the top shelf welterweights, I think he would have more trouble, man. Mainly because of the size. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because of the size. You know, wrestling with Jesse, you can see it took a toll on Mikey, you know, down the stretch, man. But listen, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. If you're on social media, come holler at me on Twitter, Instagram, at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. But in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll be back.